All right, these are my thoughts after playing the Arc Raiders Server Slam and my first impressions after finally playing the game. I wanted to get a video out while it's still kind of fresh in my mind and just kind of brain dump about how I feel about it after a few solid sessions. I went in with so-so expectations. I've been burnt before by getting excited for games. The king of that being Anthem, where I was extremely depressed for months after that because, well, if you tried playing that game on launch, you'll understand. If not, be thankful you didn't try that game. But I digress. I don't usually like extraction shooters. They all kind of feel like just one big chore. Just run around, grab loot, pause, sit around for a while, and kill, hopefully, and usually just get shit on like I do. But Arc Raiders did surprise me. My buddy Izzy, who I stream and record with, been talking about this for 2 to 3 years and has been super excited about it. I've kind of been riding his excitement because I'm just excited that my best friend is excited. You know how it goes. You should check him out, by the way. I will link his YouTube in the description. But I ended up really liking the feel of it once I was in the game and playing with no high expectations. The first couple drops, it was fast. We got in, we just started running around. There's no real long tutorial or like some boring intro that keeps your time for no reason. It's just kind of like, here you go, figure it out. Like, we're not going to tell you what you should do, where you should go, who you should fight, what the enemies do. It's kind of sandboxy in the beginning until you learn it. I'm pretty sure the first loadout I had was just stuff on my staff. So it's just like, here's your gear, there you go. And on the note of gear, the loot is complex, but not complicated, if that makes sense. The colors correspond to the gear level it is, and breaking them down means you move them down a tier on that gear level. So if you have a green and you break it down, it'll go to gray, and green is 2, gray is 1. So all the stuff you get from the green, you can break down into gray and use that for your tier 1 weapons. It's a little confusing, but once you start playing it, it really makes a lot of sense. It's super intuitive. It's my favorite loot system in an extraction shooter that I've ever played, which is saying something because I'm a loot goblin. The AI was better than I expected. The world felt sort of reactive, and the goal of each run felt more alive than in any of the other extraction games. It's hard to explain, but it didn't feel monotonous. There were a few raids where we got completely ambushed by enemy raiders at the extract and everything went to hell, but we somehow clutched it with no heals left because of the arcs. And the arcs came in and started fighting us as well as the other team. We played it safe. The enemy started aggroing all the arcs, and that's when it clicked. The tension and payoff loop is better than I've felt in similar games. It makes your wins feel earned, and you can outplay other players by using the arc. It's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You can use the environment to your advantage more than any other extraction shooter that I have played. Like, when your skill level's lower and your gear is lower rated, going for the arcs is almost a death sentence. It's only really once you gain the better gear, it doesn't make sense to go after the arcs. PvP is always viable as long as you're good. Like, if you're a gamer and you just like PvP, go head first into PvP. You hit your shots, you're gonna kill the people. They're almost weaker than the arcs. Well, they are weaker than the arcs. There are no character abilities at the moment, which I think is a very good decision for this game. I know that's just my opinion, and I've seen some things online about people asking if there's going to be some kind of psi ability or like some kind of Stranger Things you feel, because the game kind of feels that way a little bit. I don't think the game needs them, and I think it would just take away from the core of the gameplay loop, which is you feel so weak. At least in the beginning, you're so weak. You're so minuscule compared to the world around you that if you had abilities, it would almost put you on the level of the arcs. And while I think that would be an awesome solo RPG kind of game, I don't think it makes sense in this. The guns and shooting mechanics take some getting used to, especially because it's third person. but you are handsomely rewarded once you lock in and learn your weapons and hit your shots. 1 or 2 missed shots on a player or an arc could spell complete disaster for your run, and you're gonna have to restart. Having good teammates really makes a difference in this. I was watching some quote-unquote pro-level gamers stream it, and they were getting shit on by just random dudes because they weren't locking in with their guns, like they weren't learning their guns the way they should have, and they were being super aggro, which usually spells disaster. In this game, I did realize that once we were playing a few games that it being aggressive only works if you can be really quick with it. If you're being the aggressor, you need to make sure you're killing the other players as fast as possible, because once someone goes down and that flare pops, the whole map can see it. Everyone knows where someone died, which I love, because even if you're not going for PvP, it kind of tells you which areas might be safe or which areas to stay away from. Obviously, the higher loot areas are going to be super contested, but if you can get in there quick and get out, you got no problems. If you are going to go into an area and you see like 5 flares go off, you know, hey, 5 people went down. There's usually 3 on a team. There might be 1 dude alive getting his teammates out. You never know. So it's like, all right, I'm just going to stay away from that area for now. Maybe I'll come back at the end of the run. Who knows? Pick up the scraps. Or you go, hey, there's a huge fight there. Most people are going to go there. I'm just going to go to the other high loot spot and not even deal with it, which it really lets you play how you want to play. And I love that. You don't have to just be a Chad and run around and just kill the whole fucking lobby. I don't like that. Another thing about loot that I don't want to forget about the server slam in particular, I was getting keys that didn't work for the map that we were on. I was super excited once I looted my first one, until realizing I couldn't use it. It kind of made me a little sad, because I was like, oh, I fought this guy and I got these keys, but I can't use them. Great, sick. Once the full game drops, I'm looking forward to checking out the areas that need the keys, because that means big boy loots. All in all, you can really tell the devs put a lot of thought and energy into making everything work in tandem with each other. The way the gear system works and the ammo types of each gun makes it so you can either like hardcore focus on one track of playstyle and just do that over and over and over, or you can kind of be like a jack of all trades and try a new style every run to see what works for you. If you already know what works for you, maybe something will work better, and you can try that out, and there's not that much of a detriment to doing that. You just put your stuff in the stash and try it out. There's no abilities you have to change. It's all based on gear and placement and the rest. Would I recommend it, or should you try it or buy it? It's hard to say. I'm not a huge extraction shooter person, but I love this. This is like what I've been wanting out of extraction shooters. If you don't like extraction shooters, this might be the one to try. I think they're trying to appease all kinds of play styles in one game, which usually spells disaster. I'm not going to deny it. That usually goes absolutely horrible, but this, I don't know, this is hitting something. It's scratching that itch. I'll say the server slam, I didn't play the open beta. The server slam has been the best beta, whatever you want to call it, from a non-AAA publisher that I can remember. If you can remember something close to this, please let me know in the comments so that I can, well, 1, be told I'm wrong, and 2, so I can play that game, because I love playing AA titles. Sometimes they're a lot better than AAA titles with less microtransactions. So if you played the server slam, I want to know what your favorite part was about it. I want to know what you guys noticed that I might not have. I only got to play about 6 hours of it. But yeah, I want to know what you guys noticed, what you're hopeful about, if there's any teasers that you're hearing about that I haven't from the devs, or what their plans are, if there's going to be any lore. Let me know. I'm actually like really curious. I think this is going to be a great game to make YouTube videos on, and I'm super excited that I'm going to have the time to be able to do that. I'm hype. I hope you're hype. I'm going to try and stick with some of the Battlefield videos that I've been doing, but once Arc Raiders comes out, I'm probably just going to be playing that. All right. You know the drill, you know, like, comment, subscribe, whatever, all that stuff, share it, whatever. If you want, I don't feel pressured. This is just fun for me. I enjoy being creative and doing this kind of stuff. But I'll see you in the next one.